Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Mentos Plays Our Darker Purpose. We are here today to look at the new patch, which is in beta currently. You can opt into that, as well as you can wait for it to be released publicly, which I believe they are aiming to get it out tomorrow publicly without having to opt in, which changes a couple things, including a few hitboxes, a couple other various things, which you can read about on the Steam page where they posted about the beta update. So it definitely will make things a little bit more, or fix some problems that came up when newer people started playing. A lot of the people, myself included, who were involved in the beta, although I didn't play all that much near the end, were a bit more experienced with the game, so obviously that kind of lends itself to a bit less potato battery. I've never seen that. Oh, yes I have. That's a projectile slower. But yeah, a lot of the people who were playing in the beta and alpha were very experienced with the game, so maybe not the best people to judge how balance was shaping up, because they were kind of used to things how they were. And so the developers, in addition to... Sorry, getting a little bit distracted by this room. Okay, we killed that guy. That's good. In addition to taking in the criticisms into account, they've also... What does this do? Gain Thorn's effect damage on enemies on contact. That's good. They were able to kind of reassess some things once some people weren't so experienced with how things worked already. Plus 10 damage, enemies are twice as likely to drop chalk. We're going to go with 2,666 types of juice, because extra health and our juice boxes will increase our maximum health, which is always a plus. But yeah, so by having some people who weren't so familiar with how things worked already and could kind of judge things on a more new player level, obviously. Okay, so we got this juice box here. Essentially my plan, is I'm going to use a juice box before I leave the floor. And then I'm going to pick that one up. That way there I can get the +4 maximum health, and even if I don't take damage, that juice box is going to go to waste anyway if I don't use one. So this has been a pretty good floor for us, all things considered, thus far. If we can beat Frothy without taking damage here, we're going to be able to make some stuff happen in terms of completing one of our lore challenges to unlock a lesson. So that is something that we are aiming for. Excuse me while I focus a bit. I should also point out I did move the minimap at the start of the episode. All you have to do that is click and drag. I did not mention that in my first video, but I realized that some people were upset with the placement. I tend to play with the minimap off for the most part and only pop it up when I'm looking at it, but I did want to show that off, that it is possible if you don't like the placement of it by default, you are able to move it to pretty much wherever on the screen you would like it. Okay, we're going to play it a little bit safe here. Just kind of run away from this fire, because we are like 1 or 2 hits away from beating Frothy without taking damage. There we go. We got a 50 credit reward for that. And we got an A for the floor, which I believe is the first time in this series where I have done so. Too big or sensitive? We'll go with too big. That means more opportunities for drops. Oh, I forgot to use the juice box. I am an idiot. I do not like you, Bubble Man. I do not like you at all. Get your bubbles away from me. Come on. So yeah, this patch is, obviously if you are familiar with it already, all you have to do is go into right-click on the game in the library, click on Properties, and then go over to the Betas tab and click Opt into Beta Updates, and that'll allow you to access this patch currently. Obviously, I said they're trying to aim for it to go live to everyone tomorrow, but if you're looking to test it out today, that's what you're going to want to do. It's very simple to get into game update betas on Steam. Sometimes they'll involve a code, so there is a box there. You can ignore that. There is no code to get into this one. all you have to do is opt in and you instantly have access. And of course, gotta roll a lot because you are sorely outclassed if you don't roll. It has been kind of funny watching some people kind of complaining about the fact that if you roll, that the roll, or that you're so slow and that the roll seems to be kind of needed to move quicker. And that's kind of the whole design decision, so it was kind of a silly complaint, just people who were looking for a little bit different movement mechanics. But once you get used to the roll, it's actually very useful in its own right. Even if you do have enough movement speed to move around on your own because you've built up enough, it's still awesome to go ahead and use the roll because it makes you have a lot of ability to get away and such. Let's see, I still want this potato battery if I can get it, but I don't know if I'm going to get that much. I could go fight the boss now. By the way, if I go to my lore, defeat with 4 more presents alive, finish off with a chalk cloud, collect 35 items over multiple playthroughs. I already got that one. Finish Sudsy the Inanimate with his own glacial spike. I'm not sure how to do that one. Defeat the Cauldron of Yesterdays before a second helping. The Awakening, complete chapter 1. Okay. Just doing a quick look at what challenges we have active currently. Our boss is up there, so we are going to go down this way and try to complete out the floor before we move on. I will say I am playing rather well right now. I should add that the difficulty has not been changed. This is definitely a roguelike that is meant to be difficult, and if you were upset by the fact that it was so difficult, that's not going to change for any reason. But there have been a couple nice things, like the hitboxes, especially on the environment, have been reworked a little bit, so you are now less likely to get stuck on things, which of course could cause some problems before. It happened to myself a couple times. Oh, we actually took damage on this floor from something that wasn't just an environmental hazard I didn't pay enough attention to. I would like to take out these garbage cans first, because they seem to be doing an absurd amount of damage to me comparatively. But it's kind of hard with these girls tossing jacks on the floor everywhere. Oh my god. You know, I just said that I was playing rather well so far? Yeah, that kind of went out the window. God, fire, go away. Oh my god, Norden. Screw you. That damage was not my fault. That was Norden being like, hey, guess what? I'm going to pop up a window and steal focus from the window you're in. Because I feel like being a jerk. Yeep. But of course we do have a couple of juice boxes here. We're going to get extra health when we use them. So that's not such a bad thing. Okay, take out the garbage cans first. The garbage cans aren't really that hard if you can focus on them. Where they get difficult is when there are other enemies in the room that are kind of preventing you from getting to them. Then they get a little bit tough, but in general they aren't so bad on their own, or when you can focus on them. I did not think that she was gonna get around that corner that fast. That was my bad. Okay. This room looks rather kind of dangerous. Garbage cans first. I can't focus on them. Although that one on the far side, we're probably going to have to wait until we take out these guys. We do want to be a bit careful. We don't want those bubbles to hit the generators over here. Oh, I actually just took damage from that, and that. Oh my god. What is wrong with me? Okay, plus 5 damage using the chalk permanently increases attack speed by 5%. We're going to go with Call of the Wild Furniture here. More damage against bosses, default boss speed and attack speed up. I don't use chalk all that much, so for me to take that perk would have been kind of not as beneficial, I think. I mean, obviously, long term, I would focus on using the chalk, and it could turn out to have some nice long term benefits, but I think this one works out just fine. There we go. I like this room layout. I do need to wait for this fire to dissipate before I can go after Bubble Man. Screw you, fire! PK fire! Ooh, we can go through the environment. I forgot about that. Lots of bubble dudes on this floor. This is definitely a floor that is larger than normal, as the screen said before. Because, yeah, things are kind of... Okay, so this is just survive and then everything will disappear. Oh my god. That was really stupid of me, but... There we go. F to open, and we get plus 6% dodge. I didn't get a chance to look at that very detailed. Raise general anxiety. We think he would be happy to know his lasting contribution to future student research. Possibly, but I'm pretty sure he wouldn't. Just, you know. Oh god, I've never seen these enemies before. What are you? Why are you such jerks? Okay. Oh god, there's a dog too. How have I never seen these enemies before? This is a kind of cool room. I'm sure that dog probably does damage to me if I get into its way. But it seems to be contact based. Just to make sure, because that dog's kind of cute. I don't have to kill that dog. I think by not killing him, he dropped an item for me. So plus 10% crit chance, that's a nice touch. Let's see now, you want to go left, left, down, That's going to get us to our juice box that we're going to use to replenish the health we've lost. And since I'm just navigating through passing rooms, I will leave the mini-map open for now. Or actually, I guess I shouldn't use that just yet, since we only have the 4 that we're able to have. We don't have any extras, so I might as well save it for now. Let's just check to make sure if we can buy anything from here. We do have 11. I could get my manuscript. I can't afford the potato battery, which I really want. Instead, we're going to get an unsettling concoction to buff up our juice boxes. We're going to use one, which is going to get us to max health. And then we're going to buy one. Okay, that went well, although this guy is kind of a pain. So much for staying in the light. Yeah, I was going to say, I'll probably be taking a decent chunk of damage on this guy. But he is not too hard in general. I mean, if you're decent at dodging his projectiles, at least. I do have the Thorns effect, so if I roll through him, although I take damage as well, at least it does damage to him. Oh god. I have taken way more damage than I really should have. But he is dead. And we move on, getting a D. Oh well. Let's see, we got a wealthy floor, we got a nothing floor, and we've got a too big floor. We're going to go with the wealthy floor. It's less credit reward, but it is also going to give us a lot more money, which can of course be used for good things. Let's clear out these guys who are relatively simple. Let's see, we got a room on all sides, okay. There is a memory room on this floor. So we will make a point to go to that. Okay. There we go. Once we can get this guy busted open, this should go much quicker. There we go. Oh, they changed it. It's so nerfed, but it's still so good. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, the sock puppet was one of the items that in the early stages of the game, the early alpha that was out during the Kickstarter campaign, and the initial alpha afterwards, the sock puppet used to give you double shots no matter what, and that made it arguably the single best item in the game. Now that it's only when you're standing still, it's not quite as good, but I can still get up close to an enemy when they aren't attacking like that, and manage to make some good things happen. That guy walked up, so this is our memory room. We get some more lore, the Brogs. After massacring their enemies in the aftermath of the disappearance, Goneril and Regan turned on many of their own followers. These students were strong enough to survive the initial disappearance of the teachers, but too weak to carve a place for themselves in the new hierarchies of Capulets and Woundwards. Expelled and hunted, they fled to Edgewood's darkest corners. Over time, they grew feral, navigating the school through scent and instinct. The other factions now called them the Brogs. The Brogs tend to attack from the shadows, ambushing unwary visitors with their hail of rocks and thumbtacks. As of yet, there is no evidence to support rumors of fangs and claws. Despite their lack of strategy or leadership, the Brogs control the lowest floors of the building and many of the abandoned classrooms. They are the scariest students in Edgewood except for all of the others. So if we collect both the Gourmet Turtle and the Wandering Crab in a single game, that'll give us an unlock. Got a little bit more money from clicking on that thing. So there's another memory room. We still have a couple rooms to explore before I want to get into the boss. So as you can see, when I have the time to just stand still and attack, this sock puppet makes things very, very good for me. Not only because it gives kind of a split angle where I can hit even if they move out of the way of a shot, but it also gives me the ability to hit them twice with one attack, which can very much change the outcome of a battle. I'm interested to see how this does against some of the less mobile bosses like the Cauldron of Yesterdayers. I think this will be a very big upgrade for that. As mentioned, it's been nerfed severely since its initial version, but that doesn't mean that it has gotten bad. That just means that it is not as overpowered as it once was. We're gonna have to worry about the garbage cans, who are gonna be kind of pains in the neck about things. Now we got that taken care of. Oh, we're going to end up taking out two of these guys, and there we go. And then we can just kind of spam our attacks into there, and that'll kill off the rest of them. Good. I'm going to go ahead and use a juice box. I know that it might be kind of an ill-advised maneuver to use it just yet, but there we go. Room is clear. That's the end of this path. So where do I want to go now? I want to go left again and then straight down, and we'll have a room to the right and a room to the bottom. Our health is slowly increasing over time. If I can get some extra juice boxes, we will be able to get back up to max health, which will of course be a benefit for us. Come on. Kill something, thank you. Fire. Bad fire. Oh. Tote. Still though, this is probably our best chance we've had of winning in the entirety of the series. At least winning through the first chapter. Give me one moment. Oh god, fire. I didn't realize there was fire in this room. And there's just one enemy over here that I'm going to get hit by because I am trying to see what this message was. My apologies. If it is something important, I would like to see it. Okay. Okay, so I took some stupid damage there from not paying attention and reaching for my phone. But it was actually a rather important message to respond to in order for me to have dinner. I believe for the challenge for Sudsy you actually need his ice tray, maybe? I'm not entirely sure how that one works. I'm not sure how I can finish him off with his ice spike. Oops. I do like the fact that I can occasionally get double hits in on this guy. I just need to play a little bit more cautiously. Oh. Surprisingly, my teddy bear is still functioning. I have not taken 150 damage on this run yet, which isn't bad, mind you. That was stupid. I can't interact with that thing, so I'm not sure. Unless I'm supposed to make him run into it. That could be. You know, let me try something. Does it do damage to him to hit his own ice spike when he charges? I know I'm probably going to take some stupid damage from trying to accomplish this, but come on, charge at your own ice spike. Yes, it does work. Although I didn't get the achievement for that, it seems. Unfortunately. So now we're off to the Wound Ward Fortress, which is of course one of the the hardest level we have currently yet seen in this run, and in this series. I don't know how this is gonna go. I don't know if we've got what we need to make it work. This segment can be a bit tricky right here. Okay. Oh god. There we go. Chalk Clouds helped out there. No, don't even try, you stupid clothes. The double shot is very useful against those chalk guys. Oh, there's one right here. Where the chalk cloud ends, plus 5% move speed, double the likelihood of memory room per floor. I'm going to take 50 plus 50 life. It doesn't charge my life up. Whoa! That's a kind of silly little bug. Not one that has any impact on gameplay, but I want to distract his chalk cloud over this way and then come back over here and hit him with our double shots a lot. Oh god. I've made a horrible mistake. There we go. That gives us the apple experiment, which is our first on-use item of the run. I don't know why I just stood there and took that. Oops. Okay. We still have a decent amount of health though, all things considered. For the fact that we haven't been playing at our best this past couple floors. So obviously the ideal thing would have been to stop when he gets to the point of doing his slam attack and hit him with our double shot. You need to be a bit wary of these hands. Oh, you know what? Sudsy didn't take damage from the ice spike, he took damage from my thorns effect. And that's why it didn't give me the achievement, because I didn't actually do what I needed to do for the achievement. Okay, I get it now. We aren't going to use the juice box just yet, because we might come across a vending machine that could power them up. But we're going to go back to the left over here, because that is where we need to go to have access to any rooms that we haven't been in yet. I did take like the exact wrong path to begin with. Oh god. Honestly, the green chalk doesn't scare me as much as the globes do. Oh wow, that was a good shot on his part. Oh god, I got hit by the chalk cloud. Just die already. Just took so much damage to that thing. Where's my best angle to attack this guy? Oh man. Things can fall apart very quickly on this floor. Okay. Yeah, hand. GTFO. Come on this way, old Smokey. On top of old Smokey. All covered with cheese. I lost my poor meatball. I remember, I don't know if you guys remember back when they had the little, like, books that had little buttons you press on the side that gave you different, sound effects. I had one of those for, that was like a keyboard, and it had a bunch of songs like that. And one of them was Old Smokey, but it was on top of Death Mountain. It was all Zelda inspired, and it was all Nintendo inspired songs. It was pretty cool, I won't lie. I really enjoyed that thing when I was a kid. I really enjoyed those books in general. The little sound effects you could add on to things. It worked out real well. So we got my manuscript, which might help us against this boss, but not if we can't get more health. If there is not a vending machine on this floor somewhere, then we are in some major trouble. Honestly, we're probably in some major trouble regardless, but at least if there's a vending machine, we have a way out of the trouble. Oh man. My resist has worn off, by the way. Can't take another hit. Oh. Well, on the bright side, we did get a lot of credits for getting that frothy achievement accomplished. So if I wanted to, with these 130 credits, we could unlock hide and seek here. Start with 30% more roll speed. You know what? Why not? There is no reason not to. Counselor didn't give me anything for 100 credits. That's unfortunate. We found 25 items so far. 10 out of 64 lore. 5 out of 35 lessons unlocked. 6 deaths, 0 wins. I don't know though, we're getting better. So that's going to wrap up today's episode of Mentos Plays Our Darker Purpose, which is episode 8 I believe. As mentioned, you will be seeing a lot more of this game as I play through and continue to try to get past the dreaded 4th floor. Floor 4, not 4th floor, that doesn't make sense. Floor 4. I was kind of mixed up if I was going for 4th floor or floor 4, and it turned out to be a mix of the two with 4th floor. Anyway, thank you guys as always for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you on the next one. Take care everyone, and have a good one.